everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. So here we are with the very second last day of Dephemerember. This is the 27th spaghetti box window. So for more info on Dephemerember, you can find it in my description box. So what I have here is not a spaghetti box, but it is a glove box, which is very similar to a spaghetti box in that it has a window that I can punch out. It doesn't have cellophane in it. I could add some if I wanted to, but that is not the project I have in mind today. So the project I want to work on today is actually something for the journal I'm currently working on, which is a storybook journal from the book A Pattern for Pepper by Julie Crowless. It's a beautiful, wonderful book. And I have been kind of collecting assets and getting started on things that I want to do to put it together. And it's really making me happy thus far. So this little girl is Pepper. And the book essentially is about trying to select a dress for her to wear to a special occasion. Well, not the dress, but a fabric with which a tailor can make her dress. So I want to create a nice journal card with a depiction of Pepper here, this lovely kind of auburn-haired girl. So I'll set the journal itself aside and we will get started. So a couple things. I printed out this image of an old tailor shop. It was just free online, just a tailor shop image, and I want to use that. And then from Miles Beyond the Moon, she has a collection called Social Graces, and this is one page of it, and I want to use this girl as my depiction of Pepper because she has this lovely flowing curly, reddish hair. So I want her to be my focal point for this project, and I may also use that bird because I really like the bird. Okay, so what I need to do is, obviously I need to fussy cut out these images, and also just set that girl aside. That's what we have here. I need to size my box to the size of this. And also I need to punch out this bit here. So there's these kind of boxes, right? Anything like a spaghetti box, a Kleenex box, like a tissue box, anything like that. You can make a shaker card from. You can make, a card that doesn't have any plastic in it. It's a great way to use up plastic. I want to cut this out a little bit because it looks like this one is not fully scored. I mean, it might be, but I'm just going to go on the score line a little here and just scored a bit. And I'm sorry if you hear noise upstairs. It is, Christmas week, right? And my kids are they have lots of fun stuff going on that they've been playing with. Okay, there we go. That window out. And this window is, you see, it's a little smaller than some larger windows that you see, but it's a good size for what I want to do because I want her to be my focal point, so I think that'll be pretty good for her. Now, I'm going to, I've made things with these before on this channel, you've probably seen, and what I often will do is I'll fold this over and I'll use that kind of as the hard backing, but I'm actually going to take this whole thing apart today because I feel like that is going to be easier. Set this aside because I'm going to use it as a guide. And then what I want to do is just cut these apart. Oops, I gotta lock my knife in there. I think I'll need that for anything. And I don't know that I'll need the rest of this box for anything. I do usually use the back, but I'm just going to hold on to this. I may not need it for these projects. This project, rather. Okay. So this is kind of my guide for what I'm going to need, but what I want to do is use this as like the background to this card, this image here. So we need to size this card itself to kind of how we want this to be, and what do we want to show up on here. I want it to clearly be visible that it's like a dress shop, right? So I'm going to probably try to keep this simple by just gluing it on. We don't really need to, like, there's lots of different ways I can do this, you know, but I think the most easy way is to just glue this on the front, and then we'll come back and we'll trim away all the bits that we want to. Okay, there you go. So I think I want probably that. We'll just flatten this all out. So then we'll do a bunch of things. Number one, we'll cut off this excess paper. Then we'll cut off the excess on the front as well, which will include both the paper and the excess cardboard. Okay, so now we need to come in and trim this out, and I want to do so a little carefully because I'd like to use this on the background. Go a little slower, you know, so that we don't destroy the paper. Make sure that your knife is sharp. Okay, that should be scored. I'll just kind of go around here. Then I want to grab my my distress ink, and yeah, just going to come around with this and just ink, because I want it to catch any of those edges that are a little tattery. Now, I purposely pulled the paper out this way because I wanted these little tattery bits to come out on the front. If you don't want that, go toward the back, push it out the back, and then the paper will lay the other way. But I quite like these little bitties. These are fun. So let's get rid of that piece of old paper. Move these out of the way. Then we have this. Okay, so this is just the general shape of things, which is good. Now we have this, which I want to put in here. I don't think I need that for much of anything. We need to cut her out. I know we're not going to need all of this. I will just stay with you as I cut her out. She's actually quite easy to cut. I have to say, I'm a huge fan of Miles Beyond the Moon on Etsy. Mary, she makes really lovely paper dolls. I also make paper dolls, so I totally understand the love for making paper dolls. They're a lot of fun to play with. All right, we'll cut that off. And then I need to cut the little white parts from between her arms. So let's just do this really quick with the knife. think I have a day outside happening today, even though it's a little dreary. It's been a weird green, dreary kind of Christmas, which isn't my favorite, but it is what it is. I think I've got planned an ongoing project that I'm going to do on YouTube with you guys for 2024. I mean, it's something I've been thinking about for a while, but ties into my own journaling process as well as some learning I want to do next year. So definitely subscribe if you would like to be here for that, because I think we're going to have fun. So we need a backing for all of this. I want her to kind of be here like so, and see, I want the continuity that background offers here. The only lineup what I kind of want to try to do is like this, to have that sort of go together. Not a huge big deal, but then just sort of decide how I would want her to be. She could be on the side. Yeah, it's kind of a open. Now I'm going to get a regular piece of scrap paper here. And I think this may also serve as backing if we double it over. So first thing I'll do is just glue this down onto this scrap paper. Glue this scrap paper together. You obviously don't have to use a scrap paper, but that's what I'm doing because they're here and they can be used. Then I will come in again with my ink. Just to get any bitty edges that aren't inked. Get a little bit extra glue there. We'll just rub that off with our finger. Not a big deal. I don't need to worry about it over here because that will be covered. So then let's just kind of decide where we want our girl to go. And she could be coming out of this, or she could be inside of it. It depends on how you want it to be. I want this to be a little more classical and not have any kind of a surreal feel to it. So I'm just gonna keep her in there. Okay. So let's just make sure this lines up well. It does. I think I made my paper a little too short though. I did. Okay. All right. That's okay. Let's just cut this out again. And actually, that just gives us an opportunity to choose a different backing, which I may choose this instead. No, I think I'm going to go with paper. But I'm going to go with a different, I'm going to use this paper maybe. I have one from an old book. I'm just looking at what would be best. That's cool. I kind of like this color, this kind of more manila color. Let's go with that instead. Okay. So this is the floor. So we can go there. That's fine. Let's get this glued back down. All right. Sorry, it's, you know, we're just working as we go here. That's down. Then let's decide how I want her. I think I want her kind of like this. Yeah, I like her kind of poking out the side. So let's just keep her there. Then I'm going to fold right down here just to keep it in place. And then also I can use my glue now to get her put down onto that background neatly. Okay. Getting rid of any extra glue on my hands. Yes, okay. So I was thinking about maybe a little bit of a lace on the inside of this that would come out like an edge around on the inside. So kind of like, you know, this, just a little bit peeking out here and there. So what I think I'll do is I'm just going to cut a little bit of this. I know I probably have some other lace that's thinner just kicking around, but I'm not going to stress about it because I kind of want it to just be a bit of a casual project. So I'm going to cut down the center because then that will double the amount of lace that I have. And I certainly don't need such a thick piece for what I'm doing here. And also we get that decorative edge on both sides. So then we'll come over here with the Fabri-Tac. And while I'm waiting for the Fabri-Tac to come down to the bottle, I'm going to cut this bird out, I think. I'm not going to stress about the feet because I'm probably going to use a bit of thread or something to give a base to this. I may not even use this bird, but we'll see. We'll just, it's beautiful and I'd like to consider using it. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. So while we're here, let's just ink around the bird. Whoops. No, don't fall over. We need you to be getting that bubble to the top. I need to like seriously put my Fabri-Tac in one of those bottoms up type bottles like they make for tacky glue. I'm thinking a little about reusing that tacky glue once I use it all and putting Fabri-Tac in it. Might be an idea. Okay, so we've got a bird prepared here. We'll set her aside. Now, come over here, and I think Fabri-Tac should be ready to go. Move our girl and all of that out of the way. Then just go around the whole entire edge here. Make sure you have enough that it will stick, but not so much that it's going to take forever to dry. There we go. Now I just want the tiniest bit of lace to be appearing here. You have to sort of just train it along as you're going, because it will try to fight you a little bit until the glue takes hold. But then once it does, you'll be okay. And make sure you get that decorative edge and not the cut edge on the outside. Okay. Let's come back up here because I see one little bit that's not in there far enough. Now we'll come back and we'll trim off the excess. Don't need that. This little bit here. Okay, so that's on there. And then see from the front, we'll have that little frame. Now I'm going to head over to the sewing machine and I want to stitch right around here to create like a little stitch circle. I'll be right back. All right, so see, that's been stitched all around. We've got our lace in there, and then when we lay that down, you know, it's pretty cute. So I think that's all that I need to do. Oops, we're upside down. Were you looking at me like, what is wrong with you? So I think that's all I need to do in terms of like anything preventing me from gluing this down. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it down just with glue stick, because I'm planning to stitch around the edge of this again. If I weren't, I would use probably art glitter glue, because we would want a little bit of hold, because this is thicker and it has the lace on the back. All right, so let's just try to line up that little bit of this here. Okay. There we go. Now we can come in with a bit of collage-y sort of stuff if we want. But let me cut this out first so it's not jarring to really look at on the paper with the extra bit of dress there. Thought I heard my dog, but I didn't. Okay. That's better. Now our bird friend is here, and I think I may lay that bird on here. Maybe here or down here. There's no necessary reason to include the bird. I just think it's pretty and it goes with the collection and I like it. But you know what? I may or I may not use it. I'm just going to look. I think I have. So I have a few other little things that could be better than the bird. Because the bird, there's no role for a bird in the story. That blue bow could be cute. That's from Shabby Dabby Doodah, and it goes a little more with the story. There's also this darker blue. Maybe the darker one. Yeah, I'm going to go the darker one. Anything else in here that I have? These are just all my assets in this basket that you can only see on the side here. These are for the book I'm working on. Okay. I also have a little sewing paper that I could, if I wanted to, just add here as a little bit. Now this I could emboss. That would be very cute. Maybe I'll do that. Or maybe not. Maybe I won't emboss it, actually. I'll emboss it. Give me a moment. I'll get my embossing things. Okay, embossing things. I need to probably re-ink this embossing pad so desperately, and I probably will. I don't have time right now. So let's just get it embossed. I think that's probably good. Yeah. Now, that off. I'm just going to do some, what I call casual embossing, which is when I don't get all my embossing materials out. I just sort of do it on a piece of book page. I fold the book page in half, lay this down. Then I'm going to use my embossing powder, which is holographic, Ranger holographic. It's really pretty. It's like, it makes it color shifting, which is cool. Okay. Oops. These are the wrong tweezers. That's okay. Let's just set that there for a moment. Put all that powder back. Okay. In a pinch, a book page like that works pretty good for getting all that embossing powder under control. Now let's get the heat gun here. All right. So that is embossed now. Hopefully you can see the rainbow that we have here, because it's very holographic and fun. So let's just set that there now. Okay. So this will come over here, and I want to put it right on there. I'll use art glitter glue for that. Okay, that there. Snip that little bit off the bottom. Fun, fun. And then I have this, obviously, that I was talking about using. And I think I might just come in with a bit of glue stick right on this corner. And then choose right where I want to do that with those scissors, I think. And just kind of match it up to where I put glue stick. Get rid of the excess sewing pattern paper. Oops. Does anybody else just really not like cutting tissue? I find it very annoying to cut. Okay. There we go. Then I have these little stickers. These are from your creative studio. They're just these fun little like labels, and they're kind of, I don't know, they speak to me in terms of like a tailor shop. I think these ones are stickers too. Let me see. I believe they are. I could be wrong. No, I'm not wrong. They are stickers. They're like a vellum sticker. So then I want to use this, I think. On here too? Yeah. Let's do that. And then I'll come in and cut away the excess on that edge. And maybe use it over here on this edge. That one I will just cut away. I don't need it. Okay. Then I have this bit of washi tape here. I'm using 3 washi tapes throughout this journal. Just in fun little ways like this. I'm just kind of adding like a little bit of it, and I'll wrap it to the back just for a bit of continuity in the pattern. And then this one, I might do the same. And that I'll just snip off because I don't need it. Okay. I definitely think I want to change the shape of this a little bit. And I have a couple options, and I think I'm going to go with rounded corners, maybe. I was thinking of doing this circle punch out the side, but I think I like the rounded corners. Yeah. So I will stitch around the edge of this and show you the final product. I may add a little more lace to the top of this. I will let you know when I get back. You'll see it. All right, so I'm stitched around. I added a little bit of that same lace I used in here, but I ruffled it. And then I just have this piece of copper tape that I want to add as a little extra kind of flash on here. Right there. Just because I just think it's fun. So now we have our girl in our tailor shop, and I do think that she works really well with the aesthetic of this journal. She's a nice representation of Pepper. Pretty fun, right? So I think the only thing I'm going to have left to do now is I just want to take some nice heavy Distress ink vintage photo, and I will ink the edges on the back. And then take my bone folder to just flatten down those stitches. Just help the paper like lay down a little bit. Then back over here, just to kind of give an edge. There we go. So that is finished, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll give a try. Try using up some of your packages from different things and make these interesting kinds of window journal cards. Obviously, you can do a shaker. You can do anything you like. I like to use them just as frames like this. Sometimes it's quite fun. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you tomorrow for the last day of Dephemerember. Bye for now.